All right, and we are live on Twitch and
Again.
YouTube, episode 15 of Allchat Pod.
Yeah, so today we're joined by Yori. How are you doing, Yori?
Hello. I am fantastic. How are you?
Doing awesome for the second time.
Yeah, so I hit record instead of stream, so we lost 5 minutes of some good alphabetical debate because we are starting off with the alphabet tier list today.
Yeah, we're doing the very abstract but fun debate. So where we're at in the alphabet tier list here, A is A tier is what we all agreed on, just because it's a solid, good all-rounder, goes in everything.
Kyle did miss the B and C tier discussion, so let's just start those over.
Yeah, so let's start with B here. B. Okay. So Kaya, what's your grievances with B again?
My issues with B is that in both Spanish and Greek, or at least older Greek, B made what is now the V sound, and it goes back and forth, and like you can use in Spanish mostly, like, you can they make like it makes either sound, and it's like how like the letter C makes the K sound and the S sound sometimes depending on context. B is the same way, except with B, my brain just can't register it. Like why you would be able to use that in place of a V somewhere. So that's like my only gripe with it.
How do you feel about like saying words with like a good like B sound though?
With a good B sound. That's kind of where I'm at.
Like B,
like,
yeah.
B.
Like I think it's like it's a satisfying letter also when you like use it in its B context.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, I think it's fun to say. But in terms of like my grievances with it, that was pretty much it.
Do you think B tier is acceptable, Kyle?
Yeah.
Or
totally.
should we go lower? You think so?
No.
Okay.
B tier. Well, I mean, we have a lot of letters, so
We've got a lot to go through. Yeah.
C tier. We were all kind of thinking C tier.
Yeah.
My main issue is because it's an unnecessary between K and C. Makes unnecessary
K and S
sounds. It's a lesser K to me.
I mean, yeah, there is no letter C in like in Greek. Yeah, there's no letter C specifically because the K made that sound, and then the S made the S sound or the sigma. So it's like when it's one of those things where it's like I don't know why we have it, especially when we have K and S as well.
I do think it's aesthetically pleasing. I think the first three letters are all aesthetically pleasing. Nah, C tier.
Agreed. Oh yeah, totally.
Because it's the ABCs. Like those are like the three that like register the whole alphabet. And I think they're all and I might even argue because of that they all deserve A tier.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
It's what you think of the alphabet.
Okay, I'm down for that, but how about we keep C and B tier? We'll raise it up a tier for that.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah? Does that sound good? Okay. C, I mean, like C, it's iconic, right? C is iconic because it's part of the ABCs.
Yeah.
But like S is also in the word ABCs, so.
Yeah. Wait, what's an S tier? But maybe like while we're sitting here, what's an S tier letter? Like what's gonna beat A and B?
Jacques told me X.
Yeah. What do you think, Kyle?
Okay. Unironically, the letter Q.
Ooh.
Q.
It's completely obsolete. There is no reason to have the letter Q.
That makes it S tier?
Yeah, because it's just balling.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's a letter that like it's just not used, and it can be substituted. It can be substituted with like KW. Like I know like there aren't words that start with KW, but like the Q sound is just like a combination of two letters. Like it's not its own. Like you can recreate it entirely.
Yeah, that's pretty good S tier, honestly. I mean, I'm not arguing with that.
Yeah, like when I was trying to design like a phonetic alphabet, Q was something that I tossed out because it was like, well, like there's no need for it because you can make these sounds using a different two other letters.
By that argument, Jacques wants X and SS tier. Wait, but by that argument, shouldn't C also be S tier?
No, Absolutely not.
Because it
it's
is
a worse K.
also
Because there's nothing like
unnecessary.
Q.
Oh, because
Yeah,
Q
yeah.
is like the combination of two
It's
letters, and
only-
it's only that. You only say Q, but C is S
And-
or K. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
C is just like
Yeah.
an imposter, while Q is uniquely individual by being like, I'm gonna be two letters together and create and just be a sound that already exists. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Q is the letter that like they thought was unique, and then you print the first edition of the alphabet, and then someone's like, "Hey man, I think we missed this typo. Like this is a redundant letter." It's like, well, shit, it's already been published. Keep it in.
Yori, what do you think? Is that S tier? Q?
Q?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of oozing swag. I really like the shape of it. It's got a lot
Yeah,
of
I like the shape.
variation.
Yeah,
It's got
it
lot
has a
of different-
tail. Like that's fucking cool.
Yeah. Honestly, kind of in a tier of its own.
I think it's fun to say too. Got
Mhm.
like you got question, quesadilla. I'm just thinking of keywords. Those are the two that came to my head first.
I really can't stand
That's
though
what
how
we got.
U always comes after Q. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't get it. Use
Like,
a
why
fucking
can't it
third
ever-
wheel, dude.
Like, well, like why can't it exist without that?
D. D, everybody. I think D is also a nice word to say.
I'm
Good.
I'm not feeling super hot on D.
Why
Yeah,
not?
I don't have any feelings for D. I mean, yeah.
I don't think it's like I can't. I don't think it's that satisfying to say when you go D. Like it feels
You
like
sure?
kinda
Like-
unfinished.
like-
D.
Duh.
Like
dump truck is
Dump
fucking
truck.
awesome word.
But that's because of
Mm.
that's because of the B and the P. That's a P. Dump. That mp is the fun part of
Dump.
that.
You are right, I think. Dump.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of with him there. I'm thinking kind of like a C tier. I don't feel any particular way about D.
I
Kind
don't
of a-
like
Got
how
some
it looks.
potential.
D's kind of a dull letter.
I hate how it looks.
Oh, there you go.
I hate how it looks. Can I give it a D tier? Would you guys argue against D tier for D?
I'd be
think that's-
fine with.
I think it
I'd be fine with
perfectly
D
fits
or
there.
lower.
Yeah, I wouldn't kill
Personally.
you over it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I
D's tier.
I wouldn't
Maybe
be sad
lower
about E
later.
tier either.
Yeah, I think I might actually agree. D's just not that good. It's not exciting. It's not an exciting letter. E. S tier.
Honestly,
Mm,
S tier for
well,
me.
it's the most frequent letter in the alphabet.
Yeah, the most frequent vowel. It's my first go-to when it comes to Hangman. You know?
Yeah, it's the best bet.
yeah, I can see
It's
that.
the it's the safest. I like how it looks too. You got the 3 prongs, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a pitchfork, but not.
We might need that SS tier though, because I feel like Q's like
Yeah. He's kind of a,
Q's above it.
yeah.
Well,
bit of a step above.
I wasn't able to find it. All right, I didn't look for a template with SS, so we'll just put Q above S tier for now. How about
Yeah.
that?
Oh, is it gonna be
I'll just
invisible?
crop. I can fix that. While we're talking about it, I can go and add in a little shitty SS tier. All right, fine. Q is SS tier. There you go, Jacques. Are you happy? E is S tier.
buddy. Yeah,
SS
buddy.
tier exists now, Jacques.
There you go, Jacques.
Oh, do you
All right.
We're
guys
not there
also
yet,
know
Jacques.
why-
You're getting ahead of yourself.
What's he saying?
It wasn't Q that he wanted an SS tier. He wanted something else to be an SS tier. But we're gonna wait for that.
We'll wait till we get there, Jacques. E F. F is next.
I don't give a shit about F.
D tier.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
What do you think?
F. Like, that shape, the shape of that letter was originally used as the W sound, like the very first
What?
iteration of like that shape, like the 2 prongs, whatever, was used to make the W sound.
It also looks like it would fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he just like stood that up. Like it doesn't have like a good like Q would also tip over, but Q's I feel like Q would levitate and F is just gonna.
Yeah,
Like
Q
all
level.
over?
I have an idea for a sequel to this.
Yeah, it's not a bad. It's not a bad. What, lowercase letters?
No, I'll say it in the chat. I'll save it.
I'll agree with D tier because I still think F can be satisfying to say. Oh, that is a good follow up. I won't say nothing.
Yeah.
I won't say nothing about it. But yeah, I think F's just a good place to. Oh, that has an outline. I don't want an outline on that. Yeah. Next up is G. What we got on G? What are we thinking?
I like G.
Little G. I think G's pretty solid. It's got like the same kind of charm that C has, like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like the G sound. I'm not too hot on the J sound that it can make.
Mhm.
It's kind of
Yeah, like people who say GIF, like kill yourself.
kind
Yeah.
of cramping on J's style a little bit.
Yeah.
It is just a smidge.
Let's say like maybe a solid, like I'm between a B and a C.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that.
It's a C
Yeah.
because it makes the J sound.
Oh yeah.
I can
Kyle, do
I
you
can
have
agree
any?
with that.
Yeah, I like the letter G personally. So I mean, I would be okay with either B or C. I would
Because
personally make
C
it for B, but that's just for me.
I'd be fine with B tier. Because
Yeah,
I can live with that.
because C also has its like downsides too.
mhm.
Yeah, precisely. I think. Yeah, no, yeah. Like, why would we put that below C? Like, C's probably got the same. Like G makes J, but that J does that already. Same deal as C. I'll give it B. H. Everybody. I like how H looks quite a bit.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's like
Nice, cool. Like, I want H to help me move.
Yeah.
It's a very
dude.
diverse letter.
It's strong too. Yeah, it's diverse. It's strong.
It's a strong, H is a shoulder to cry on.
I'd give H like a good like a good A tier.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would get H here. I like H.
And, I don't know, H. You don't really pronounce it that much either. Like, you don't really, and it's got that genius like huh sound and like the th sound when it's like after a T. Fucking genius.
Yeah, it's like I would consider like an ethereal letter with how like you say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like
It
a
is.
breath.
It's like barely there. Yeah.
It's that guy. It's that guy who's like, like, you guys are friends, but you don't see each other for years. But every time he's around, you're like, "Sup, H?"
Yeah.
All right, what? Oh, we got. I think this one's gonna be an interesting discussion. I.
Oh.
Ooh, I think
Pong.
I like the. What do you think?
Pong. That's what that makes me think of.
Oh, it does look like that. Yeah. I think I like the lowercase I more than the capital I.
Yeah.
Well, are you using like just the vertical line or the one with the two bars on top and top and bottom?
There's a couple different I's.
Yeah, I
So we
always
got
write
solid
I with
bar.
the capital I. I normally do like the top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's this font I'm using.
No, whatever.
Or wait, well, I mean, if I were to like type in, no, I mean like, but then like on the keyboard I, at least on my keyboard, doesn't have the.
Yeah, it doesn't have
Just a
like
line.
typically when I write, it has the bars, horizontal bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I handwrite, it always has the bars, but my keyboard
When I
doesn't.
type, yeah, like on text and stuff, like that's really frustrating actually. Like
Yeah.
lowercase L, uppercase I, what a pain in the ass.
I agree.
C tier.
I
my
use
argument.
Times New Roman to dictate my letter shapes.
I feel like I cramps on E style.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
Cramps on
it's just getting up in
E-style.
that. Yeah, it's just getting up in that business.
Yeah.
When
Well,
you're
but
not-
I does take over E's like spot whenever they're together.
Yeah.
It makes every sound. Like it makes so many sounds.
like a C tier.
And then there is the worst rule: I before E, except after C,
I
unless
hate
followed by K, etc., etc. All of those letters need to go down the tier for that.
Yeah.
Fucking D tier for I.
Like C.
See?
Yeah, C or
It's
D.
pretty useful though. It's like in everything, or it's in
Yeah.
like a lot
It
of
is
things.
it is a useful letter. Like
Yeah.
we need I. All right. This one's been waiting for his turn because we brought him up before. J. Better than G.
Nah, bro. J is F tier. I hate J.
I love
What?
J though.
My
I
least
love
favorite
J.
letter.
You're gonna have to split J and put in both.
It's the only like in my name it's silent, and I hate that. I hate that. It doesn't not supposed to do that. Like it's supposed to make a sound.
Silent J's are kind of a meme, and I love them.
Yeah, it's like fjord, you know? It's just like, why is there a J there? Someone, it's a typo.
Y'all are even.
You know, also, like when Venezuelans type out ha ha ha, they use J instead of H.
Jaw jaw jaw. I like
Yeah.
jaw jaw jaw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm a big fan of it. It has way more character than ha ha ha.
I love Ja Ja Ja.
In
Just seeing Ja 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 makes me
I
laugh.
don't know. I'm kind of on Kaio's side here, so we might have to meet in the middle. What do you guys think J is at, you two?
For me, it's got a singular sound, except when it's silent. It's got that extra personality.
Except
I
when
like the
it's
shape
silent.
of it. Yeah. I would give it an S. I think it's a very fun letter.
Whoa.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was like a B tier.
I don't know. I just love the letter J. We'd have to meet at like C. or
C,
B.
I think C is kind of where we can meet, because I kind of want to give J it.
In the middle. I mean, absolutely. Then again,
Yeah,
like
I'll give it C because I want to give it F. I want to give it F because people say GIF, and that ruffles my jimmies quite a bit.
I'm okay with either, honestly. We can leave it in
C
C for now. We'll go back
We'll
over.
go
things.
over. Yeah. All right, this is one of my favorites. I'm kind of biased. It's in my name. K. K looks great. K is a good looking fucking word or letter.
I like K.
Yeah, it's satisfying.
I don't have any problems with it.
K. I want to give it A tier. You guys think? K is not
That's
used
fair.
that often.
Yeah, I agree with an A tier. Like I don't think it's S tier, but I like it.
Yeah, I give it that because I want to put it at least above C.
Yeah.
K is C's bigger brother, who is way better at everything.
Did it first, man.
They did it first, dude. L. Yeah, L. Opposite of J. He turns the other way from J. I like capital L as well, but also it's kind of a plain looking guy.
I really like the shape of the capital L, but
Worst shape in Tetris.
yeah, it's not. It's I don't care for it too much.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very like I don't really have a strong opinion on L, to be honest.
That's a C then, I think. No strong opinion. Maybe D is like a no strong opinion kind of.
Honestly. And straight up, J is the second least frequent letter in the alphabet.
Oh.
Really?
J is the second least frequent.
We're also we got Florida's starting to be formed.
Ooh, let's do it. Just put all of Florida in there.
D
We'll
tier.
put Florida. I don't know. O is not D tier.
Neither
Yeah, we'd
is
have to
A.
rate A, D tier.
I like
Yeah.
Okay, so,
But I mean,
next?
FL is still Florida's like initials, so.
That's true. We got Florida in there.
We got one day the state tier list is gonna take a long time.
Oh, we need to do
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
I'm so down for a state tier list, just to fucking blanket shit on everybody. I just want to blanket everyone in Florida. You're terrible. I don't care. I'm just kidding.
Oh, and we can do U.S. territories too. We'll include D.C. in our 5 territories.
Oh, I know. Like if we didn't. Oh, Jacques was saying decide Jay's fate carefully, and I don't know what you mean by that, Jacques. Oh, it's because it's in your name.
Yeah.
That's why. Sorry, Jacques. JC. JC tier, man. I don't know, M tier or M tier. M. I think that's a very solid all rounder. M.
Yeah, I think M's a pretty strong letter, but I mean,
Nothing does what M does.
Yeah, I don't have very like strong feelings for M as well. I think it's like a okay letter, but I think it's like I don't even know if it's in. I think it's in the bottom half of most frequent.
I'm trying to think. Like do you have any thoughts on M? I just don't think about that hard.
Yeah, M is kind of an unsung little friend, you know. Not
like
too many
M.
people think about
M
it.
carries like a motherfucker, I think.
That's very true, and it is also, You can't spell.
I want to argue B maybe.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
would say B.
I'm gonna fight for M because if your K gets up there,
Yeah, but like K's better than C, you know?
is M better than C?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, when I think about it, I think
I feel
M
like we
should be
just need
A.
to bump C down.
Maybe C goes down one.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
C is C tier then.
Yeah. Then
And M takes its
I'm
place.
fine with either A or B.
All right, that's okay. I'll settle.
You cool with B, my guy?
Yeah.
Ultimate compromise.
We'll pit them all against each other, and then we'll see if
yeah, we'll
You'll rearrange.
yeah,
That always happens.
every time. N.
Hmm.
N.
N. Like N and P have like a weird relationship. Like I keep thinking of like mnemonic, like that word.
Oh yeah.
N takes P's style, but P's also kind of a pussy for letting N kind of run the show whenever N's around.
And well, N doesn't play nice with a lot of letters. There's like KN, there's GN.
Oh, yeah, N's an asshole. You're right.
and kind of occupies like kind of like
Yeah,
takes
it's a
it.
tricky letter.
Like, how do you spell gnarly? GN, KN, or PN?
Yeah, how do you spell that? I think
It's
N's a
easy.
mean. He's like N wants it all to himself, and I want to argue D tier for N.
Yeah,
over
honestly.
here. Because N's just a dick, man.
But isn't that
And
kind of
then-
like is that not a redeemable quality to any extent?
What do you mean?
Like the fact that N is like it's kind of like making like power plays with the other letters. Or is it just rude? Or
It's
is
got like, yeah, it does.
It is kind of a baller.
That
Like-
is
like-
true. It does exert it exerts very alpha energy.
Yeah, like I hate to like say that, but N is like a very like dominant letter. Like it has all these other letters like to its behest. I'm kind of going with a B tier, and I also think like M and
Yeah.
N look nice together.
Yeah, M and N are like buddies. They're childhood friends, aren't they? M and N.
I don't know. N's done some unthinkable things to my friend A. I'd probably go with D. We could settle like B or C.
What did
C?
what did N do to A?
No, K.
K.
N didn't do anything to A. Yeah, with
N-
like
Oh, because
Knack.
well, N's
I mean,
dominance does N's dominance
Knapsack.
take down the rank of the letters it's dominating?
oh no.
Oh, would K go down to B and N like would go to A?
Maybe they meet
Oh,
B. Maybe
no.
it brings it down. Because
Okay,
N,
well,
N
okay.
is like
What?
yo, it might make us uncomfortable, but is N a powerful? It's like how do you
I
rank
hate you,
letters?
N. I hate you, N. You're
But N's like a villain, but it's like a powerful villain.
he's like the villain that you love to hate.
I'm
You
voting
know?
S tier now. I'm voting S tier.
Oh no.
Really? Because
I'm
yeah, he
gonna
does
fight that.
stand above. Like
Like,
N stands like
He's a dick, but like I never realized that before. But dude, he's the villain. He's the villain, but the villain can be like powerful. He's got power.
Dude, it's like he's like Jeff Bezos and Amazon. It's like unethical business practices, but you get your stuff the next day, and it's like that's pretty tight. So
these are some solid arguments. Like as much as I hate N knows how to run the game.
Yeah, honestly, that's like a top. It's like a yeah.
I'll settle for A.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd be okay with
That's probably
that.
not- but you know, K's kind of a pussy to N, so K goes on the B.
Machine Gun Kelly, boys,
There it
in
is.
Florida. We're starting to create things, acronyms.
Oh, this is the Autobahn in Germany. ABHN.
Autobahn.
Oh, okay. Damn, this kind of this is some. Yo,
Artsy.
what's the very first letter, guys? That's a little sus, don't you think? Now.
Q.
Oh shit.
Huh.
Are we QAnon?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I just realized. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not a good look.
Maybe it's not. Q's been adopted by some unsavory people.
God damn it, dude! Why does the alt right have to steal
take all the
everything.
cool shit.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm out of the
why
loop
they have
on
to
that.
why do they have to hijack everything?
Wait, wait. What's the
I don't know,
beef
how
with
about this?
Q?
QAnon is what
Uh
they were
oh.
saying.
I think Q still S tier
Yeah.
though. SS
Yeah.
tier.
No, still S tier.
They can't take that letter.
You can't take it away.
They can't take that letter
Yeah.
from us. Yeah, we can't let
They
them.
can't. They
Oh.
can't take our letters.
O, I would give straight up S tier. I loved letter O.
Yeah, like I think O is great, especially combined with U.
Yeah.
You know, that
Mhm.
ooh sound. You
I
know,
like
like
O.
super. I think O
O
is solid.
is one of the, it's like the only it's except for like that and the letter I are the only like letters that like are their own word.
What about
Like you say up, like oh okay.
This
like-
next one,
you know a fun word?
what's that?
Goop.
Goop.
Oh.
True.
Yeah. O is S tier for that.
Yeah. No, O just makes everything kind of like work together nicely. Like think like Persephone is a good fucking. I want to argue at least A tier for this one. P. P has like P rounds off, but it's real nice. Like or like
I like
at the
P.
end, like when it's at the end of a word,
I'm a
it's
fan
pretty
of it.
solid.
And P's kind of like rad for just like being on pterodactyl.
Well, so now think about like, but do we put
About
P underneath N for the same reasons? For like pneumonia or pneumatic or anything like that?
Yeah. Does P get kind of shunted
Like
to
a B
B because
tier?
N just dominates him?
Yeah,
Like N just
I'll
lets
stick with
P
that
hit.
that canon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think, Yori? Is P kind of a? I'll settle. I think it's B just because N shits on P, dude.
Damn man, you villain.
Yeah, I'll go with B. I think P is pretty much A tier, and then N just comes in and ruins the party.
All right, we've done Q, so next is R.
R is the third most frequent letter of the alphabet, so that's a big move.
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither. I don't feel like I use R that much.
Yeah, it goes it's EARIOT are the top six.
I think
Then it has to be
R's
like at least A. Right?
I feel like
Okay,
any letter that makes it more difficult for like non-English speakers to learn how to pronounce English should go down a little bit.
oh
Like
Yeah.
RL, anything that makes spelling harder, like C.
C tier, maybe?
I could go for that. R gets
Yeah.
points because you can trill it.
We could also get a bit more of the Florida look in D tier.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of R.
yeah,
I don't
R's
like
is
how
fine there.
like you can put it on like the end think about the three words far, fur, and for.
Oh, yo,
Like,
that's
What
blank
sound does
E
the R
tier.
make in those words? Like ask yourself, like for far, fur, and for, like what sound does the R make?
What are you doing? What are you doing, R?
Like, I don't. It's like hard. Like you
Yeah.
can tell it's there.
Yeah. It's a hard letter.
It's an E tier. I think it's an E tier.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Our distribution's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, no F tiers yet. We'll see if we get there. Next up is a solid one. This is a front runner S.
I think that's an S tier letter.
Yeah, S tier letter definitely. S is tight.
It looks good. It's fun. I like this sound.
Yeah, it puts some work.
And I'm gonna rearrange S tier a little bit so we get Elder Scrolls Online here. Yeah. So I don't even play that game.
We're sending subliminal messages.
Yeah.
Please sponsor us.
Elder Scrolls Online, please sponsor us.
Please.
T.
I'm waiting for that ES6 though.
T
Better.
does what I doesn't. I don't. I don't know.
I like T. I don't think it's like crazy up there, but I think T's decent.
Yeah.
T's a
like
boring
solid
guy.
B. T?
Yeah, T I don't have any strong feelings for. I think it's tight, but I mean I have it on a flag back here, so I have to vouch for it to an extent.
I probably would raise it up a little bit, but with C, so maybe T or
Hey,
maybe
that was a poor vouch though, where you're like, it kind of sucks, but I have to vouch for it, but like still the best I could do is it's whatever.
Okay, maybe C is the best we can do then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it.
Oh, we got like in B tier, we've got Magikarp. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fantastic right there. You got the
This-
Autobahn in A.
Yeah.
This is
Got
all
Elder
real
Scrolls Online S tier. U has the same charm and its looks like that, like C does.
U charms me a little more than C, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also U just plays so nicely with O. Like
Oops.
these two are like peas in a pod, you know?
I guess oops doesn't have that.
Mm,
Soup.
who is like U is the least common letter or least common vowel.
That
I think
means
that's bonus points.
Yeah. My issue with it though is like you can like the only sound that it makes that's unique is the sound. Otherwise you can recreate its sound with like O's.
what about U? What about the U sound?
So that's the difference between the words like cool and book. Like those are both like consonant consonant, and they make like the same kind of sound but not, it's different. And so cool and book are two like weird, they're not O's or U sounds, but they're like middle ground, but they both use like two O's. And then like could is the same thing as book.
Oh, you're
But
right.
what I'm wondering
actually.
is, does that make you less cool, or does that just mean that O is cramping on you style?
Well, I mean, I'm personally like I like a few of these letters more than I like N, but it's the whole power move factor. I have to think about like
That's true. How does N like? Okay, well, here's how we decide then. How does between A and B maybe? It's like how does N and U go together? Like chicken nuggets is a pretty good.
I mean,
I
U's
agree.
definitely a bottom, but U is like a cool bottom. I'd still say.
It's a power bottom.
Yeah.
I like that analogy.
That's a good analogy. V
You can leave
is
it
next
there.
up. We'll leave it there for now. We'll go over this. V F tier for me. I don't know.
Whoa, that's huge.
Just kidding.
That's fast. I was that way with J. Never mind. Yeah. Well, in terms of like V is like our letter, like that's like a Latin letter. So we gave it like its own. Like B replaced it, and like so that like physical letter finally got like a lot more agency. So I kind of like give it props for that. But in terms of like it totally gets overshadowed by the letter B. Like the B, like the letter B doesn't even remotely come close to like the same sound as V, yet it's used to substitute it.
Yeah.
Like straight up, people like replace like they use the letter B to make the V sound. It ain't even the same. It's not even close. It ain't even close. So it's like V, what are you doing? Like step it up.
Yeah, and V's just like half of a W.
It is, yeah.
Well, no. A W is two W's.
Oh, yeah. Then what's a V? I guess V's its own thing then, huh?
Yeah.
That's C tier.
It's an up down. It's an upside down A with less.
With less going on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of C tier?
Okay. I would personally put it at like D, but I mean, other than that, like I think it's still good. Like
I mean, I agree with you. I want to give it a D, kind of.
Okay, devil's advocate. I do think V, like linguistically, definitely in the lower echelon there. D tier sounds about right, but very satisfying to listen to. That sound V.
Yeah, it is a good
vibrating.
Sound.
Very satisfying letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the THX sound.
Yeah, if I had to listen to one letter, and I could only listen to that for the rest of my life, V's at the top of that list.
Vroom vroom, baby, vroom vroom.
There you go.
C tier. It gets bumped up. A good argument.
We moved you up, Kendall.
All right, next up we got W. It's twice what U is, but
Goofy letter. Goofy
It's
fucking
weird.
letter.
I like the
W is
alliteration.
kind of a meme.
Yeah. It's a win, dude. You can't have the letter Q. Like, the Q is just KW. It's the KW sound. So it's like a fundamental backbone of the letter Q.
I've always kind of hated on W's name because it's just W.
And it's
Absolutely.
and then it's two V's.
Yeah, and it looks like two fucking V's when most people like write it.
What was hold up? There was a W used to have, or like in like year, like I mean, it's like in ancient Greek, like the W sound had its own name. I think it's here we go. It's wow.
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 It's just WAW, or sometimes VA, spelled VAV, like Vav, but it's WAW. It's like wow.
Wow.
So V
I
styles
like
on
that.
W.
That one better. What's up?
So which word do you like better, wow or vow?
No, that was just like a name. That was like a side note. It can't be any higher than. It can't be above you.
It can't be. No. Worcestershire. Worst.
Thinking like
Wiggles.
a B or a C tier. I can't. This one's kind of like hard to wrap my brain around though for some reason. W is hard to place.
Well, from the letter W, like the letter W did the letters.
Wumbo.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is.
the letters F, V, U, W, and Y in the Latin alphabet, so like our alphabet, were all derived from like the original W in digamma in Greek. So like,
I want to say B.
5 letters.
I want to say B tier then.
Yeah.
It's kind of an OG. I'm
All right,
with
let's
B.
do it. Let's do it.
X.
X is a pretty top tier letter. Not gonna lie.
I
Yeah,
think
X is.
I just love his design. It looks great.
got good. It's because it's got the double
X marks the
symmetry,
spot, dude.
symmetry vertically and horizontally.
Mhm.
I think that's a plus.
Solid SS tier right there.
It's kind of
I think-
styling on him.
I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, I have no objection.
X.
Okay, and then what's next?
Y. This is our second to last letter. Second to last letter.
I don't like Y, dude. I don't like Y. It's easily replaceable by everything else. It has its own.
Why?
What's up?
But why?
Oh, also that shit's so annoying. Why?
Oh, F tier.
Why?
Oh yeah.
You know that loop you do as a kid, or that every kid does that at some point.
And
Yeah.
why is one of my least favorite questions. Like when I draw hot anime babes, and people are like, why? It's like, fuck you. That's why. That's why.
No.
Like,
I have no answer for you. Sorry.
All right.
sorry. Like, because I want.
Petition to increase it to E just to say dry.
Ooh.
I mean, honestly, okay.
E.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Just ruin the integrity of the two of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If we're doing that, I petition to move W to C tier to keep the Magikarp.
Okay, I can agree
Yeah,
with
I
that.
could be okay with that.
Okay. We're on to the last one, boys. Z. I like how Z looks. I think Z's is good look. Z's up there with X in looks, I think.
Z is definitely Z's third least common.
Z is a cocky asshole, though, I think. Everyone's like, oh, Z's the coolest letter because it's the last one.
Z is like a more edgy S, so I kind of fuck with that, and it's
Yeah.
maybe the opposite direction too.
Yeah, I
I'm a
like Z
fan
a
of
lot.
Z.
I'd be okay with
Mhm.
SS.
I would
SS
go
tier?
for-
Z
I don't
is
know.
fun. Or S tier?
I would go for
Z-
S.
I
Yeah,
would say
'cause
I
Z-
hate the sound that bees make though.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
on the
like,
Q
that's
or S.
something I hate.
What if a fly is in your room? That's the worst sound ever.
Yeah,
That is
it's true.
true.
I think that deserves bumping it down to A, honestly. How's that S tier?
Well, I mean, it's still like, I mean, I feel like Z is still is like the cooler S.
It is the cooler S.
Like,
Oh,
like
is
you can
true.
like say any word that like has an S in it, and then just replace it with a Z, and the word just sounds more edgy.
You're right. You're right. It becomes super French all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Then let me hit you
It's
with
exotic.
this. Jazz. The coolest word. It's got two of them.
Do you like
Yeah.
jazz?
These are good together. I
Absolutely.
think ZZ is like
Okay, I'll
Very
settle
good.
for S.
Zap is tight.
Zap Brannigan. You know, it's famous
oh,
Yeah.
character.
Futurama.
I'm very happy with this tier list.
Me too.
Yeah, is there
I'm
does anyone have any do
Yeah,
we
is there
need an
any-
F tier? Does there need to be an F tier letter, or does the alphabet like kind of above that? Like I wouldn't
Well,
like
you can shift it all down one. Just shift everything down one.
oh yeah.
Because and then I mean it isn't like it isn't changed like their relative, like the important thing is their relative position to each other. So if
Yeah.
DR and Y are we vote like the three least good letters, then like they might as well be F tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Might as well, right? Because like I want a definite F tier, you know, in my
Mhm.
life, and we can always just shrink this back on down. And now we have the official. You all heard it here first. You know, the official alphabet tier list.
Doc missed the X discussion.
Jacques X is badass. We all agree with you.
You think
I
R
can
is worse
agree with
than
this
D and
list.
Y? Jacques does. Jacques, would you
Yeah.
think R should be F tier and D and R would be E tier?
Yeah, chat. Like, what is?
Oh shit! Yeah, I think
wait.
we should bring. Honestly, I kind of liked having SS.
We could definitely do that. Yeah, no, like
Okay.
we could still keep that. Yeah, that was just like
I can agree with R being that, so we can just do that. Yay!
If
digital.
I want to clickbait the
Drop
YouTube VOD, is R the worst letter? Question mark.
do it.
that's good.
All right, and then I'll just export this as the official alphabet tier list.
Do you want to
You heard it here first.
against each other first?
Should we? I honestly, I'm looking at all these. I don't really want to change any.
I think it's just like if anyone has anything that they want to move
Yeah,
around,
if
then we
anyone
can
else
discuss it
has,
more.
burning desires.
I'll put it here in our little Discord chat. Our official
A
alphabet
is in a
tier
good
list.
spot. I'm like O. I think is solid. I think it's a great spot. Q is just a tight letter. It's the least common one. It's just goofy. Like I don't know how it weaseled its way in there, but it manages to like still take up space and like be used. And then X is, I mean, obviously top tier. On it, like I don't see too much wrong with this.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're solid.